Good morning, Aviaddicts. Well, we got up after a nice night's sleep, and it's a bit of a brisk morning, a bit chilly, but made my way over to the Northeast Sea, Air, Land Museums at Sunderland at the former RAF Usworth. Probably pronounced that wrong. Sorry if I have in your local. Please correct me. Okay, let's go and have a look at this place. So the museum also covers transport and various bits. So you've got these nice cars here, bits and pieces. Obviously Nissan is in Sunderland. You've got some really lovely trams and things. They're building a replica Hurricane, which looks really good, all CAD built. Once it's covered, it's got original parts, so for instance the canopy is original, and also they're going to put original wheels on it. Great propeller, fantastic, looks really good, and spinner. So they cover, as I said, Nissan. You've got various Nissan cars, Datsun as was, and then they've got this lovely replica of Amy Johnson's Moth DH60, because the original one is in the Science Museum in London, in South Kensington. But that's really nice to see that. It's a nice model as well. And then they've got an Air Tourer, so they cover quite a lot. And Clan, so presumably that was a locally built kit car. Like my usual trips around the museums, I'm going to just give you a quick whiz through, because you can come around and see it for yourself, which is really... This is their fully working Chieftain tank, which came from, I believe, Duxford. And then in here we've got some military vehicles, various bits and pieces. Looks like a little model of a Seep down there, which is quite interesting. Then you've got the ubiquitous Jeep. And they let people sit in it, which is really nice as well. So that's great. Various other military vehicles. So I'm not very good at military vehicles other than Jeeps. So they cover quite a lot here, which is really nice. Oh, I recognise that as a ferret. I almost bought one of those because I thought it would be quite fun to own, especially to do the Tesco shopping. Actually, that's not ferret. Is that a Saracen? Oh, I don't know. Armoured fighting vehicle. I presume that's a Scorpion tank there. Is this the Saracen? Oh. No, Saladin. It's a Saladin, yeah. And then a lightweight Land Rover. And hiding over here, a nice little Skeeter. Which looks more like a delivery van than anything else. This is a Sykes Hamilton, I want to say Pickfant as well, but oh no, yeah. Little pop-up pillbox, which came from the airfield here. Like a lot of museums, even some of the buildings are important. So this is a Romney building, which is a Nissan hut. In here they've got their tug, which is very useful for moving their larger aircraft. They've got Sea Vixen, cockpit, a Dragonfly, a Whirlwind rescue helicopter, and in the end, a Venom. No museum would be complete without a hunter. This is the sea part of it, so they have various boats, including an RNLI lifeboat. Like many museums, this is built on an active old airfield, so it was Usworth, Sunderland Airfield. So you can see it was opened in October 1916 and closed in 1984. The museum covers the history of the 607 County of Durham Squadron. An amazing trophy here, which is it's all to do with Sunderland. So when we look out here, this has quite a beautiful display of bits and pieces and uniforms. An engine from a Jupiter, and then all connected with 607 or Usworth. Sorry, it's probably not pronounced Usworth at all, but yeah, anyway. So, good toilets. Then, various engines. They have a film that goes on, which is quite interesting. This is a Armstrong Siddeley Lynx, which is from a Tutor aircraft. And moving in, we go to the Blitz, Northeast Blitz experience. This is set up like a typical Forges house, bits and pieces, and it obviously belongs to Air Raid Warden. I found this quite a surprise. I think this is probably a privy. Might not be able to open it, but oh good God, that was a bit of a surprise. Obviously, he's in. Anyway, yeah, that was more of a surprise than I thought it should be. You've got a display into recruiting people to the RAF. You've got these lovely shop fronts all done up in a beautiful way. So, which is quite something, all set up as if it was during the Blitz. Various klaxons, including the air raid siren there. Nice display on the gas masks that you would have, including the baby gas mask, which always fascinates kids when we take it to schools and things like that and show them at shows. Nice little bit on a toy shop. Then keep walking down, and you've got, this is really quite something actually. And then you've got haberdashery. So it's all set up like a Blitz area. And then most of the places would have had masking tape on the windows. So if you had any bomb blast, it would try and hold some of the blast and stop the materials from glass hurting people. Okie dokie, let's continue round. Entertainment, music, radio. So obviously radio was around and was very much used a lot by the modern social media, I suppose, and what the social media of the time, and that you get all your information from there. This looks like it's set up as a switchboard and an ARP area. So what you've got there is you've got all the bits and pieces, and then you've got the stirrup pump, which they would use to put out fire, and they would have sand to put out the incendiary bombs that the Luftwaffe would drop. This is a Anderson shelter, so again really beautifully set out. And then there's a replica of a Spitfire pack there, oh sorry, a photograph of one, and Douglas Matthews and the Spitfire Fund. So it's a nice little story about a young boy and raising money for a Spitfire. And that's what a lot of people in the UK did, to basically buy Spitfires, and they also bought other aircraft types as well. And then you've got the presentation ones that were given by this area. Okay, nice big air raid siren, Heinkel 111 engine, and then up there on the top is Heinkel 111 tail section part, which is really, really cool. Okay, so I seem to have taken longer to look around here than I should have, but a bit about the Americans coming over. Bits about local pilots. And then a memorial wall. And these people who would have been lost from this airfield. This is Pucara, so from the Falklands War. It's all in its original colours. So there's famous pictures from the Falklands of various Pucaras being underslung underneath Chinook helicopter. Nice view of a ready room. Pilots in full Battle of Britain kit there. A WAF. And another pilot obviously feeling rather cold in his big old woolly sweater. I used to use my grandfather's. I've still got my grandfather's sweater, and he used to use that on the Catalinas, on the Arctic convoy patrols. Various wreckology, Dornier engine, Mosquito engine and propeller, Wellington, and I think that's a Yonkers 88 engine. And up here, this is really quite cool, it's a P-40 wing. We've also got other bits of wreckology, including bits of Spitfire. You can see the rudder pedal there. So that's nice. It's a very early Spitfire. Sergeant Theo Gilson, Ross, age 21. So it's like a memorial. And then bits of the German aircraft up there, a German aircraft up there. Right. This is rather cool. It's set up with a Clerget or Lerone engine. This is First World War. He's got pilots in his Royal Flying Corps, bits and pieces, and then you've got various bombs, various other propellers. So it's set up as a workshop, and there's a couple of big old machine guns there as well. This is the Sea Harrier that they have, which is ZD582, and then various aircraft that, various squadrons it flew with: 800, 801, 809 and 899 Royal Naval Air Squadrons. Then looking around, you've got a Widgeon in the corner, that's quite a rare aircraft. You've got a Sycamore, JP cockpit, Meteor, some Bang Bangs, not sure what they are. Tiger Cat, apparently, made by Shorts Tiger Cat. And then this wonderful Pucara. And this is all in its original markings, which is brilliant to see. And so that's Della Rosa. So I'm pleased that's all in its original markings. It's very easy to over-restore these. I think the one that was in the RF Museum, which I think was the flying one, or it might be the one in Duxford, that's been over-restored, to be honest. And I used to have the cockpit of 533, which I saved from being scrapped. Anyway, this is Vampire T11, which trained many fast jets, not only for the RAF, but other Commonwealth countries and other parts of the world. Another Hunter, but this one is in Danish colours, I think. This is pretty. Lovely markings on it. So this is one of the F-86 family. Let's go and educate myself as well. I do like these nose markings. You know, Sabre Knights, beautifully shiny. It's probably one of my favourite aircraft here. It really is quite something. I think this and the Pucara. So this is an F-86D Sabre. Okay. We've got a Thunderstreak. it's quite well represented with American types as well, or earlier American types. You've got a short sky van. And looking over here, we have a nice F6 Lightning. Good collection of engines. Lovely Anson. I do like the old Annie. So this is quite a later one, so it's a C19 Anson. Popping round here, we've got a sailplane of some description, a autogyro, nice Tyne Comet nose, looks good, and somewhere to sit. Hiding round the back we have a gazelle in nice colours actually, so it's in civilian colours. And you can see inside a couple of the cockpits here, which is great. And you can obviously get in the back of the Skyvan. So I think that'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Let's have a quick look in the Skyvan. It's quite dark in here. So, oh good God. Not sure if that's the seats creaking or me creaking. Oh, no, it's nice and lighter in here. So this is Gill Air. We'll right to the front. I think we've missed the toilet, which is right the way back there. Probably just as well. It's weird, the seat pitch is better than you get on most economy flights. Then what you've got in here is the cockpit. That's the first for me. I haven't been in a short Skyvan family. I think this is a 200 series. So that's a nice general view showing the museum. Nice view. Another nice view of this Hunter from Denmark. It was an F51, which was one of the export variants. Some nice nose art on it as well. And these aircraft are in lovely condition. And then another view of the wonderful Picara. One of the things about the Picara, okay, let's get a bit techie, which amazed me, is you've got something that's built a little bit like a Cessna 152 spam can, you know, something not much in the way of armour. And when you work out that what you've got is you've got effectively 4 guns, well, sorry, 2 guns either side here, lights here, big cannon, and then you've got 2 by the side of the cockpit. On each side you've got 6 guns. You can just imagine the absolute noise that this thing made when it was actually doing ground attack and firing its weapons. Incredible, really. It doesn't look strong enough. Some of the metal on the nose is very, very light as well. This display shows the Merlin from a Hurricane, and this was from an aircraft sadly lost during a mid-air collision. So the aircraft was from 55 OTU and took off from this airfield, and the pilot was Sergeant Edward Grenville Shaw, and sadly V6995, which is a Mark 1 Hurricane, so of Battle of Britain fame, sadly crashed and he was killed. So you've got quite a poignant display here, shown almost like around the crash site really. You've got the various bits of armour plate at the back of the seat and the engine mount there, part of the engine mount, quite poignant. And looking at the human side of this, this is the gentleman himself, and various other pictures of him. So, ultimate sacrifice, it's always important to remember these heroes, those that made it and those that made the ultimate sacrifice, and sadly are no longer with us. So a quick look round the outside, and what you've got is you've got a Bloodhound, you've got a Trident 1C, And then what you've got is you've got a Canberra here. So I'm not sure. Yellow and black. So this is a target towing Canberra. So a lot of the Canberras might have started life as bombers, B2s, things like that, and then they ended up as target towers. So this is TT-18. And then we've got the Missed Air, favourite aircraft at this museum is the mighty Vulcan. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Looking out over the airfield there, and then back towards the museum. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our quick canter around the museum here at Nelson, and also our little trip to see the Engine of the North yesterday. As usual, please leave comments, and if you like this, like and subscribe. The Missed Air. Anyway, I've got a nice long drive back to Sussex now, so until later, fly safe and enjoy. Bye.